channel and click those views. And same thing with the other students, because it also
Um,
acts as an advertisement for lessons.
I'm going to start a different channel just for guitar lessons.
There
So
you go.
yes, that would be good.
Good thinking. So
And if
do you want me to stop recording and you can record, or can we both record?
let's try. How do we know? Let's see. Can we both
So hit
record?
record at the bottom and see what happens.
Oh, there you go. Record. Huh. Yep. Cool.
So I'm going to, I know this isn't going to be familiar, but I'm going to share my screen.
There you go.
So this is, we looked at individual songs. This is the mastering section. So basically what it shows is for this project, then here's all the different songs laid out for the project.
Each song.
Yeah, each of these
Oh, cool.
represents a separate song. And so that what this lets you do is you can apply individual effects to the whole song. But so one of the things you have to do is go
Oh.
through all 8 of them and make sure they're all at the same volume, right?
Wait, what software is this? The Personas?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
This is Studio One. I had to upgrade to the Pro version to get this and some other things I needed. So this is the Pro version of Personas. But so basically you import your songs. This is open and I can't figure out how to close it, but oh, there's a button. There you go. Import your songs and put them in the order you want them. And then that automatically puts them down here, showing you how they fit together. Then you can set your gaps in between the songs, and you can have them fade one to the other or not. Depending,
Wow.
records used to have 2-second gaps in between them. But then this also lets them. This measures the loudness of each of the songs. So that these are different loudness units apparently, LRA and
It'd be good to
another
know
one,
which one of
AUFS.
those is good for car or for studio or for live that
I think they're
are
just ways to
LLA.
measure how loud it is.
Yeah,
You know how everything on the radio is cranked up just as loud as it can tolerate?
correct.
And so, for example, this one is playing. So and I think you'll be able to hear this. Disciples when you
Ah!
pray.
Yeah, I can
You can
definitely
hear
hear it.
that. It's turned up, right?
Yeah.
Much louder than my normal mic is, like as if my mic were turned way up. But what we're going to watch for, so you'll have to turn down your volume for a moment. What we're going to watch for, though, is this is showing us how loud the sound is, and it's measuring for us maximum decibels. You may say, Our Father who art in heaven, -6, hallowed be -7. Thy name. And so what you want to do, apparently, is set all the songs to -6 or so decibels, so that way they're not clipping, but they're at the maximum they could be without clipping.
Are you learning this on the fly or is it giving you step-by-step tutorials or
No. You watch different mastering YouTube things, right?
okay, yeah, YouTube.
Well, just the fact that they had this, everything was so interesting about volume. The other thing is, as we watched it play here in the middle, I'm going to turn down the master volume so it's not as loud.
Mm.
As we watch it play here in the middle, what we're going to see is like an EQ display of how loud different parts of the band are, how loud different frequencies are across the whole song.
Yep.
And this down here is the overall volume. But so if we look at this, it's a little slanted. Apparently what that line's meaning, so that would be a C4, C sharp 4 right there. B3. When we get up to the high notes. So it's almost flat on this song, right?
So you can adjust your pitch of your vocals and your
So you could go
instrumentation.
EQ the whole thing. So what I've done here is I had picked for post processing, I'm going to pick mastering. So they have different presets like Easy Does It or Clarity or Boost the Beat would just give you a bunch of low end.
Mm.
Pinch Me, I'm not sure. I think it's just the middle input and analyze, simple pressure, and so on, so that you can pick, like I normally pick clarity or fatten things up, and then it adds 2 or 3 different inserts that basically do that. So here's the EQ it's applying across the song.
Hold on, Bruce.
Uh-huh.
Someone's knocking at my door.
There's a song.
Yeah, but I'm teaching.
Someone's knocking at my door. Why won't they go away? I'm teaching. Someone's knocking at my door. Why won't they go away? I'm teaching. Go away while I'm teaching.
Okay, Bruce, great.
Go away, I'm teaching. So this lets me, this is showing EQ of the whole song. Basically, this was kind of a clarity, so it's cutting out the mids and it's pushing up the treble and the bass. And then this multiband dynamics lets you set individual bands. And so basically, it's another kind of EQ in my mind.
Wow.
I'm probably not sophisticated enough. I was really surprised.
Oh, wait. You are extremely sophisticated. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. You just went. Yes, good, go.
I was listening to somebody explain how they'd mastered a professional track. And they said, well, so I took this loop and then I put an EQ on it, then I put another EQ on it, then I put another EQ on it. And I was like, well, why did you do that? Why didn't you just do everything you wanted to do in the first EQ?
Yeah, right. Why would you need all of those loops? Why do you need loops? What's your intent?
Well, they were taking a sound. Everything's built out of loops. So let's look at individual song. Let's see if I got to the right one. No, this one is. So let's go back to the project view, and then let's look at this song. So.
Oh, wow. It's
now we've got
echoing.
the live EQ. let's just turn the mic on. Let's not monitor because we're getting post effects.
Right.
Okay, so this is the way a lot of these songs are set up, where I'll go record the guitar on the mic and line in. Ooh, we're learning sign language.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
A lot of these are done is I'll double track the guitar, one on the mic and one on line in, just the way we discussed.
Yeah.
So the one is, and then for fills, then I'll open another guitar track just to do individual fills, like solo.
Wow.
Then this is a drum track. The interesting thing about this, and you can do different variations, but basically, and I've got this picked where it's hiding the unused, but so basically you can pick different loops is what these are. So that's just a loop that sounds like a kick drum. Do you need to go?
No. Does it let you change the timbre of the drum?
Everything you'd want to, yeah. Anything you'd want to. So this lets you change the pitch, filter it, or change the amplification of the drum, and you can put in different drums.
That's cool.
So that one happens to be this one. So we could transpose the pitch of it.
It's like what's on the SR18, but digitally. That's cool.
Yeah. And the fact that we built this into a loop, I'm going to have to move this out of the way so I can close that. The fact that we built this into a loop, so this 16 count loop, each one of these boxes is that same loop over again. So that
measures is that? So this song is about
all of them.
This is one song, right?
One song.
Okay, so I was asking.
It's about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
It's at a tempo of 137. Now you can also have different variations of the pattern.
There it is.
And you can input using a keyboard if you prefer, but I've enjoyed the.
You've been having fun with this thing.
So what you can do, because you don't on some songs you don't want the same drum pattern all the way through, right?
Correct. You want a
So
break.
I put like 4 patterns and then play this one during the verse, that one during the chorus, this one for the intro, that one for the outro. Look at this probability function though. What this is saying is it's going to play that kick drum, and then it's going to hit the ride 100% of the time. But then when it gets to the second ride, it's only going to hit it 86% of the time.
You programmed it to do that, or it's choosing to do
You
that?
just tell it what percentage you want. And it may hit it a third time 81% of the time. So that gives you that variation during the song where when it's playing, every time you have it play is going to be different. But when you record it, it's not going to sound like the same beat over and over again, because
Different
sometimes
timbre.
it's hitting 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and sometimes 1 and 3.
Right on.
Oh, it may not let us hear this. Oh, no, it's...
You chose that because of the temp.
Please teach us how to pray. Jesus instructed
That bouncy song you
his
like.
disciples, when you pray, you may say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
So yeah, the fun. And then this lets you put... Basically, I needed to patch in one section, so I copied the whole track down, muted it, and then redid that section in
Right.
case I screwed it up. That way I could copy it back. Now this has individual, so here's the vocal male, and so the vocal male has a Pro EQ just on that.
Wait, vocal male, because it's tiny for me, so I'm like, where is
Yeah,
that?
vocal male is this blue.
Okay.
So this is a master setting for how loud is the track, but then it also lets you apply inserts just to that track.
Hold on. Vocal male. You have the option of choosing whether it's a male voice or a female voice.
Whatever you want to name it. One of the original song defaults had female, vocal male, because the EQ might be different between the two.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. That's interesting.
And so I left it named vocal male. What I've done is I've gone and set a default. So every time I start a new song, it has vocal male, 2 guitar lines, and the drum line.
I like that. That's cool.
That way it's already set up. A lot of their thinking on this is, how do I save you time?
Right.
Because time and money, right? But within this EQ, then you can pick, this is an EQ for vocals, and I need it to be male rock voc 1 or male pop voc is the one I pick, male pop vocals. But if I picked just vocals, it would have EQ'd it a different way.
That's something that GarageBand doesn't offer that I'm aware of. So that's a cool tool. I like that.
It probably is that they do offer it. It's just finding it, right?
Right, and learning the words for it. Because remember I was trying to tell you there's a word for the process of getting it from your digital mixer up into SoundCloud. The word is render.
Yes.
Render.
That's when they call it mix down.
Well, okay, mix down, render.
And
I love it.
We had talked before about, so by slanting this line over, then that causes that to fade out.
Where are you? Wait. Okay, yes, gotcha.
That's what these lines up here do. And then on the drums, I just designed an outro line with fewer, so that it stops near the end. So if we listen to just the end. That way you have a smooth fade out and the drums stop before the guitar does, so you just get that last guitar bit. And then, so let you lay out all the songs, And then when you're ready to get to release, you hit digital release. And then that makes an album for you on the files for the album on your hard drive.
Are you able to put a cover, and are you able to meta tag it?
Yes.
In this?
All the meta tags are done. See, the title's showing up, the track numbers are showing up, contributing artist. What that screen that we were looking at up here to the upper left is the meta tags for the whole album.
Cool.
So once I do the album art, it will go right here.
Nice.
Like, I'm thinking, I have a plan for the art, but I don't have it done yet. Basically, I want the guitar on a wood background with the name of the album written across the guitar in Sharpie.
Well, yeah, okay. In Sharpie.
Yeah.
I like this program. I have not played with
I
it.
think they all work about the same, so I'm not pushing this program. I'm just showing this helped a lot with just doing home mastering, right?
Hold on. What's that? Okay. You're coming back. Okay, cool. I'll be doing this till like 9 o'clock tonight, so just come in and out. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye. Be safe. Congratulations.
Yeah, because after this, you've got online university.
Craziness.
Anyway, so that's what I'm doing, is playing with the different songs, listening to them over and over again, trying to decide which ones just have to be remastered and which ones just need to be re-recorded, and which ones just need to be remixed and which ones just need to be remastered.
Because you can always re-record your vocals by doing a vocal. Right?
Individual pitches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'd done before that I quite liked was do two versions of each chorus, so that then you can have a unison on the choruses. So you know the chorus, it's you singing both, but that way it's more than one voice deep, right?
Yes.
And I know technically I should be singing harmony on the chorus, but I'm not there yet.
Well, but your mind is already there because you're already thinking ahead like that, so that's cool.
Well, that's what it should be, and that's what you see people do, is like sing 4 different harmonies to themselves and then record it off that way. But what my thinking though is still is, now if I were to write a new song, I'd like to get it all the way to this point. In other words, where it's written and recorded and maybe not mastered perfectly, but well enough.
That's where I'm at with doing just random tracks now. I can have a thought and complete a song in, I'm not going to tell people, but yeah, in a short, very quick time. So it does get easier. So congratulations, right. Bruce. This is wonderful.
But that's what I'd like to do, is get it not just in a chord sheet and not just performing, but recorded, so that I have it ready to do something with, so it becomes content.
Your whole look that you have going on right here, it would be a great cover for your CD as well.
You think?
That look, like do a clean the background up, or just leave it like it is and just put whatever. What do you? I can't see what the title of it is. So what are you calling the CD?
No spoil date.
Oh yeah, leave it like that.
Yeah, when I designed this room, I wasn't intending to play guitar in it. And so I have a captain's bed here next to me, which is great because it's got a bookshelf at the end and so on. But if I were redoing it, I'd have a couch in here against the wall that you could sleep on in emergencies.
A futon, ta-da!
Yeah, for example. And then, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that though. And then, all bookcases were great because they held more programming books, but now I wish they were just gone because I'd like the space.
Take them to
yep.
What is it? Half Price Books?
They don't even want them now. They want the stuff that people are dying to buy, right?
Well,
let's play guitar on something. Pick something and play guitar. Oh, I think I'm probably going to have to redo left to make you smile. I'm having trouble with my voice this week, as you might expect.
How about allergy season? Hello.
Everything,
My
yes.
car looks like Big Bird pooped or shed all over it.
Yes. And yeah, we had some sinusy thing go through here. Of course, nobody wants to be any kind of sick this week.
At all. My
I think
Starbucks.
we're gonna have
In
to-
Starbucks, it is not. You can't stay. No more than 10 people, and you can't stay.
I think they're going to drive through only soon.
We are, is my guess, because that would be logical. But who knows? I'm just grateful that they're still open.
Exactly. So now what I'm having to do so that you can hear it is I actually had to tell my mixer, I had to tell the program, the mastering program, that my mixer was the right tool to use. So while you and I are on, I told it the audio is the mixer, but the audio can't be the mixer when I'm actually using the mastering program.
Yeah.
So then I tell it, go to my interface. That was the trick, is I want the interface to be, the hardware interface to be the audio it uses when I'm mastering, when I'm actually recording. And when I stop recording and I want to do Zoom, then I tell it, use my my Voicemeeter Banana mixer.
Wait. Your interface is the personas, right?
Yeah, it's I replaced it with a UMC 404, but yeah, it's like the personas.
All right. So you're telling this program
Yeah.
to use your new personas when
Yeah.
you're using Zoom.
No, the reverse.
Okay, the other way. So you're telling
It's great at dealing with the hardware, not at dealing with Zoom. So when I'm recording, I tell it the hardware is the hardware and it's happy, because that's what it's designed to do.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Okay.
But when I'm doing Zoom, I want the Voicemeeter Banana mixer to send everything to Zoom. And so I tell the mastering software that Zoom is the audio, that the mixer is the audio, and then you can hear the mastering software. But I can't record that way for a couple reasons. One symptom was it kept recording the metronome sound.
Yeah.
It couldn't, because what happens is when I tell it the mixer is the audio, it sends its output to the mixer as well, and so it sends its output back to the input.
It's hearing itself twice. Yes,
Yeah,
I gotcha.
and it's a problem. So thank goodness I figured that out. So while we're Zooming, I have it set up to where you can hear it play, because so that we could talk about it. But then when I go back to mastering, to using it all the time, then I'll tell it the hardware instead. The other singing trick they said is stand up when you sing.
Yes, and to do that, you need to learn foot position. And it's very true. It took me forever to learn how to stand up and sing. Right
I'm
foot.
thinking vocal lessons are in my near future, but
Right foot forward, Bruce. We're both right-handed, so
yes.
your right foot
So far as you
forward.
know.
Well, you're right. And only shoulder width apart,
Yes.
because when you stand up, you are making your entire body tense, and if you do
Oh, really?
one portion of your body too tight, then it cramps up. This is what I have found, even though I constantly am drinking water.
So my cool mic stand is perfectly happy being as tall as I am, and so that's what I've got to learn now. I've got to figure out a better scheme for when I'm recording for YouTube, how to put my words up and my words and music up near where the camera is, so that it looks more like I'm looking at the camera. So I may.
How tall is do you have a music stand? Like the old school metal?
Yeah, I could put the music stand. It can't, I'm not sure it can hold the iPad comfortably that high. What I was trying to do for now is put it up on the computer screen so that at least it's in the same region, but the camera's way up there. I actually,
tripod, sorry, tripod.
What the cool kids are doing is they're getting a XLR camera and putting it on a tripod. I'm not spending that $800 today, but I like their thinking. That does make better. It does make better video.
Yeah, you mean like the ones that look like an actual camera, like a
Looks like a
Nokia?
professional. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what they're
yeah.
doing.
And they got sound socks. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm happy
that's
with my sound, but I'd like to have the better video. I'm surprised Logitech doesn't have a 4K camera out to go sit on top of your computer.
probably eventually.
The other thing is if I could get my webcam and just set it down here on the desk, then you would get this angle up, which people hate, but you wouldn't see some of the background. So
I have tripod. I have little. I take my tripod and clamp the camera to that, and then
I
I
have
put it.
had to sacrifice and not go to my guitar jam this week. So I'm sad about that. There's only 12 people that show up, but as I said, I'm one of the younger guys there, and it would break my heart if one of those guys got sick because I showed up. And so,
Yeah.
what can you do?
You can do live jams like all the entire world.
This is Love to Make You Smile. When the worst things fill your day, nothing seems to go your way. You know I'll be with you, love to make you smile. When the world just treats you bad, everything just makes you mad. You know I'll be with you, love to make you smile. Here comes your solo. When your aches won't go away, you're feeling bad and come what may, I'll be there to be with you, help you out and see you through. When the world just treats you bad, everything just makes you mad. You know I'll be with you, love to make you smile. Sonya. When the world just treats you bad, everything just makes you mad. You know I'll be with you, love to make you smile. Love to make you smile. Outro. Turn it up.
I'm getting feedback for some reason.
Ah. Hope it's not that thing where you're getting feedback through my.
Oh, wow. Now it's still out. Okay.
No, that's the right volume.
Right volume for you. Okay. Try again. Go somewhere in the middle of that. Keep doing it. Somewhere in there. I love the color scheme. You could even use this for content, Bruce. Like you could let one of your songs play and record it playing and use it for content as well.
Yeah, it's true. And people do that where you just put the song up. You know, they do. They actually mark the video audio, and they just put a background
Hmm.
instead of showing them playing. They show the song. And on these where I'm more focused on showing people the song, then that probably makes a ton of sense. Is show them the song, show them the chord sheet so they could play along if they wanted to.
Yes. Something.
I had a technical question
Okay.
on
I may have an answer.
maybe think about which song it is. Unfortunately, I think it was Someday We'll Laugh. I hope someday we'll laugh about how sad I am.
That's a profound statement.
Uh-oh.
That's a profound thought process.
Yes. It would be funny if it weren't so sad. Here we go. Now here's the thing is this has got
Are you sharing the screen?
no. Does that make it harder for you to see?
All I see is your lovely face.
Share.
Okay.
So this has got a one beat G thrown in a couple of places. This is the wrong one, unfortunately. This is the A minor version. Well, maybe it's not. So what I want is now these years later when I now these years later when I think of you I cry.
I don't see those words at all.
The last line of this verse.
Oh,
Now
okay.
these years later when I think of you I cry.
What
So
do you
this
want?
G, I only want that G for one beat.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Yeah.
so probably this A minor. So my question is, should the A minor ahead of it be 3 beats or the A minor after it be 3 beats? That's what I'm
What's your-
trying to sort
what's your
out is what
s-
fits the best.
What's your syllables?
I think of you I cry. Years later when I think of you I cry. So the G is really on the I.
Are you doing downstrum or upstrum on that G to get your one beat, one click, one click?
I think the way I'm actually playing it is the A minor ahead of it needs to be 3 beats. So I need to break my strumming pattern right now, right there, and just do A minor 3 beats, and then go back into the strumming pattern.
You mean hold the A minor?
What? Pardon?
You mean hold the You mean to hold the A minor?
So this A minor right here
Yeah.
doesn't get a whole measure. That A minor only gets 3/4 of a measure.
So when you strum it, are you strumming down, up, down, and then flipping the G?
Previously, I was doing one entire strumming pattern for that A minor, which was a down, down, up, down, up.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot.
But that was taking 4 beats. So down, down, up is 2 beats, and then up was the start of the 3rd beat. Down would be the 4th beat on the G. But what I'm suggesting is I would break the strumming pattern there instead. So the E minor would be all that, the G would be all that, but when I get to the A minor, just do 3 down strums, and then do the G 1 down strum, and then go back to the strumming pattern on the A minor. And I think that would sound, when I think of you, I cry. Oh, maybe just go to 4 downstrokes on all of the chorus too.
I would say, for me, if you're strumming, when you start on the E minor, it's a down strum.
When I start on the A minor, it's a down strum, or the E minor, either one, yes. These years later, when I think of you, I cry. So I could stop the strumming pattern altogether and make that the light vocals, which my guitar teacher always says less strumming is better. But then the chorus would be, we'll see you in heaven, we'll see you in heaven, and we hope to understand. Someday we'll laugh about how sad I am. That's why I think of that as being in the same measure as the A minor that follows it, because I'm used to doing that I am as if it were one measure.
Sad I am, I think of you, I cry.
Yeah.
2 different syllabitation.
I know, but see the gold box down here in the
Yes.
chorus? We have the same thing, A minor, G, A minor there.
Yes, but your syllables in the one before up above it is totally different.
Yes.
So
Because
your
it's the
strumming's
verse.
gonna be it's gonna be different unless you change the.
Yeah, it could have different solutions. Well, the G there is on I cry. The G down here is on I am. It's miswritten. When I think of you, I cry.
And I'm guessing the other part is about how sad I am.
How sad I am.
But is it about how sad? About how sad I am?
Someday we'll laugh about how sad I am.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
your pattern's different.
You, I cry. Someday we'll laugh about how sad I am. So that part.
You still haven't asked me a question, but that's what I would.
How would you break those up was my question. The G didn't belong there at all, but I like this. I like that. I like the injection of the G there.
What tempo are you playing it at?
I want to say 110. Let's go look. Got it recorded doing something. 145.
Oh wow.
145.
D minor. Bruce, you're a brilliant songwriter, brilliant musician, brilliant. You got to breathe. Breathe it. There's no breathing in here. If you're going 145, just saying.
There's breathing because you repeat the C. There's another C measure after call at the end of each of these lines.
Let's see. I see solo C.
Yeah, after we sing this line,
Yeah.
there's another C out here.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. The part of me died when we got that call. I'm missing the melody there. And then there's a breathe part. A part of me died. And there's breath parts in halfway through also.
All right, turn your metronome on. Let me see what I got.
Let me put on this metronome. Oh, I will say having the metronome on while I'm recording, I define non-disturbing. That works just great for me.
Look at there. Look at there.
I know,
Finally his
but
friend.
I don't know why that works well when the metronome just bugs the heck out of me otherwise. But I think because it's just a click track, and so I'm not too worried about.
Ooh, Bruce.
Yeah.
Part of me.
Part of me died when we got that call. Part of me died when we lived through it all. See you that morning and hug you goodbye. Now these years later when I think of you I cry.
There.
I think that's going to be. Think of you I cry.
Down, down.
Stop
Just-
it. Not even.
Yeah.
Let it go the rest of that measure. Now these years later when I think of you I cry.
Except you went dun, 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 dun. Yep.
I think that's the answer there. For playing it, it's go to all down strums on the end of that one, and then at the end of the chorus probably too. Someday we'll laugh about how sad I am. Yeah, I think that's a good solution. Is we'll go to single strokes, single strums, just down strums on the. I'm not sure how you'd indicate that in their software.
Quarter, quarter, quarter. Accent, quarter, accent, quarter, accent, quarter.
The even at 145 though, this still made I want to say a 3-minute song.
That's because you're going. I like it though. It's a good song.
No, but it's what I'm saying is it's not too short.
No, it's not too short. It gets the point across.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell how long it is. Oh, here it is. It stops at 25.5 minutes and it goes to 30 minutes. Yeah, the consultant song needs a redo too, but as I say, I'm trying to figure out which ones have to be re-recorded and which ones remixed and which ones remastered.
When you're doing that kind of thing, what are you listening for? Are you listening for your music part? Are you listening for the vocal part? Are you listening for the lyric part? What part are you trying to redo?
I'm listening to the finished product.
And try not to delete your tracks. Just mute them when you're switching or when you're alternating. Meaning, some people will create something and then they'll just destroy or delete it. And I'm like, no, just save it. Yeah, save it, because you never know. Some little bitty bite of that little track that you did might be just perfect
for something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That is our time for the evening. Thank you for being on during the virus crisis. Virus.
The fact that I'm online teaching and performing, and now the whole entire world is it's like, oh yeah, I've been doing that.
Zoom has been struggling. They weren't ready for everybody to go home. And so they've been having a time where it's like, oh, how many circuits do we need running at one time to host all of this? And how many terabytes of data are we going to capture from? The other thing is people are opening up public Zooms. I was reading this today. So like if you wanted to do sharing guitar lessons or whatever and just said, all comers can log in. But Zoom automatically gives people permission to share video. So random people are logging into forums and then sharing, porn.
Oh, no.
Their screen share, like terrible things in their screen share. And so you have to get polished up on your moderator abilities.
Yeah.
Like yours is already set to if you throw somebody out of the meeting, they can't come back in. Because the problem they were having is they throw the person out of the meeting, but then they would just log in under a different name and go back to showing the same filth. So.
For those people, I don't have mine set for people to automatically jump in. So
another good idea, but I guess they were because they were just hoping hundreds of people would join in, and they didn't want to sit there and administer.
Well, that's what they get. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
It's not perfectly empathetic, but
no, because
the nice way to put that is this is how we learn.
This is definitely how we learn. Because I've had some very, very inappropriate comments. That's why I have learned to shut off access for people to say whatever they want.
Oh, do you set YouTube to always review comments or mostly to
comments? I did some more tweaking today, so are you still recording?
I will stop. If that question means I